Hey everybody, it is Wednesday night and it's time for Super Geeked Up! I wish I knew we were doing the Arsenio Dog Pound. I would have done it. All right, hey everybody.
Better than what I did. I just killed a bird with what I got.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeff. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Super Geeked Up if you never watched us before. We're your live weekly geeky pop culture show. We talk zany, geeky topics, play fun, geek-themed improv games with your great suggestions in the live chat. Thank you. I see a bunch of people already there watching live. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for watching in post just the same. I'm joined as always by my co-host, Francis Fernandez.
I'm ready for the first question.
All right, great. That's a little hint for you guys. And our returning guest, he's been on a few times before. It's always a great time to have him. The digital media track director from Dragoncon, among other things we will talk about, is Charles McFall. Yeah! All right. That's our audience sound effects.
Which is, it's really funny that just blowing hot air into a mic actually does sound like it's a crowd of people.
It does. It really does.
It's the weirdest thing.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for coming back on, Charles. Excited to see you next week in person. We'll talk more about Dragoncon later, of course. All right, folks. So before I forget, a huge happy birthday to Tammy Anderson, who's in the chat today. Is her birthday? Please wish Tammy a happy birthday. Tammy. Tammy is a very loyal viewer, Patreon. She does a lot of these awesome refaces for us almost every week. So please wish her happy birthday. And hope it has been a great day. Tammy, thank you for spending the end of it with us. Appreciate it.
Does she do good refaces? Because I played with that app. I don't usually do good refaces. They don't turn out well.
Tammy, all right, Tammy. Hopefully, maybe if you don't want to do, it's your birthday. Please don't feel you have to do it.
It's your birthday.
Maybe send us some old ones, the favorite ones. If you don't want to do new ones, so we can show Charles. She does ones of us almost every week. They're amazing. They're like
nice.
We can't believe how well she has our faces meld with the people's bodies. She's like the expert at it. Let's see here. Oh, Scorpio says, wow, your air comes out hot. My breath is always freezing. Maybe he's like the Superman breath. He can do like the cold.
I could use that over here. So Scorpio, yeah, it's hot in California.
Oh, dude, it was fucking hot as shit here in New York too today.
Oh, there you go.
All right, good. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad that everybody's wishing her a happy birthday. All right, let's get to our first super geeky question of the day. Francis, what's that?
Oh, we got lucky because just recently YouTube was down, so we're up. So that's good.
It was down?
It was a few hours ago, so it's a good thing we did this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just in time for us.
Just in time for us. And speaking of us, we like to, punch and kick and talk about things that punch and kick. So for our first super geeky question of the day, what's your favorite superhero action or fight scene?
All right, let's start with our guest.
Okay, I gotta get with the Matrix, man. The bullet foo,
Time.
Now not the bullet time, but where they call it bullet foo, where they're doing they don't shoot guns, they kind of throw the bullets and everything's exploding around them. They kind of hold that term for it. Now bullet times when it slows down, they dodge the bullet.
Yeah.
But I don't even know if they even actually call it bullet foo. I think Keanu Reeves just kind of referenced that in an interview.
Yeah. Well, in the movie Equilibrium, they call it gun kata, which is
that's a better word.
Yeah. Which is people compare to the Matrix actually. The style of fighting in that.
But that initial, not initial, it's towards the end of the film, but when they get in, the first time we ever see that in that film where they're going through the security and going into the lobby of the building, and just so good.
Absolutely.
It's super iconic. Very, very iconic.
In the chat, please let us know what your answers are. Let me put the question actually up on the screen here. Hey, here we go. Favorite superhero action or fight scene? One of mine is X-Men Days of Future Past is actually my favorite superhero movie. And I've always loved the scene with Quicksilver when they're freeing Magneto. The classic where he slows down, what we see slow down from his perspective as he's running through the kitchen.
Yeah.
And the song plays during the whole thing, and he just, he like taps people, he moves bullets, he has people punch. Yeah. And I don't know, I just thought it's a great, from a filmmaking perspective, it's awesome. And it's still the best use, I think, of a speedster's in a scene, one scene. Like people have tried to replicate that, but I think that's the best one I've ever seen.
They did a really good job with Quicksilver in those films.
Let's see what do we got here in the chat here. All right. Here we go. Without a doubt, Wolverine defending the school in X2, probably the closest thing we have ever seen to a true Berserker rage.
Nope, I'll have to argue with you, Scorpio. You want to see true Berserker rage? Go watch. Well, we lovingly call it Old Man Logan, but this is called Logan.
Logan, yeah.
That's Berserker rage. But that was a good scene. I mean, I agree with you. It's a great scene, but he really gets let loose in Logan. I think
Logan is my favorite by far of the Wolverine movies.
It's such a good film.
V for Vendetta, Necroti says, has some good action fight scenes.
Josh right above that.
Yes, this is great. I absolutely agree. Anything in Drunken Master 2, yes, absolutely. That's one of my favorite Jackie Chan ones. Great choice, Josh. Hello, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Chaz. Thank you, everybody who's watching. Let's see here. Days of Future Past. Cannot go wrong with that one, Jeff. Nice choice. The intro fight was a fun use of powers, too. Yes. Oh, yes, that's right. That's when we were in the future. We got to see like Blink.
Oh, yeah.
It was a great use of Blink's powers. And Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one during the ship crash, the action scene. That was a great one.
What about, I honestly did not care for Dark Phoenix, but Murderous Nightcrawler in the transport cargo train, whatever it is.
Oh,
film, that was a really good fight scene.
In X2?
No, it's the last X-Men one. The Dark Phoenix.
Oh, Dark Phoenix. Yes.
That fight scene was really good. Oh, yeah, Martha down at the bottom there.
I'll get to that in a second. Sorry, thinking of Nightcrawler, X2, the open of Nightcrawler, Carrie likes. Jalou mentioned some military ones. Omaha Beach Landing from Saving Private Ryan. Band of Brothers, Black Hawk Down. That's actually a really good movie. I really like that movie. More modern day military movie. And hello, Marks. Thank you for watching, sir. Marks will be doing some stuff at Dragoncon with me and Charles and people. Let's see here. All right, go ahead, and then I'm gonna be mad.
The church scene in Kingsman was really good.
So, Martha, I'm not going to do my Italian accent today because I hate this answer. But, no, I'm just kidding. I'll probably still do it because I think you're great. This is the one scene I hate in Kingsman, and I can never watch the scene ever again. I love the movie Kingsman. This scene is terrible, and I'm not even going to talk about it besides that. Sorry, but the Kingsman is an awesome movie. And I would say from Kingsman, the bar scene when Colin Firth, manners maketh man, and that's like fucking insane to me. All right, let's see here. Spider-Man 2, the scene where Aunt May was fighting Doc Ock on the side of the building, best scene in a superhero film. Okay. Was she more like struggling with him? Or?
I don't remember. I mean,
he kind of kidnaps her, right? And Spider-Man tries to save her, right?
I think so.
Believe it or not, Marks, this was not already said. The Captain America fight scene in the elevator from Winter Soldier, I believe, is what he's referencing, right?
Yes.
Let's see here.
Like a basketball. So good.
Francis, what do you got? What's one of your favorites?
Oh my God, I had so many choices. I was, there's of course Jim Cotta, right? The one with the.
See, why can't you ever be serious?
I mean, I will come up with this.
You're not serious about Jim Cotta. You probably haven't never even seen it.
There's Jim Cotta. There's of course the what do you call it? Guile and Bison fight in Street Fighter, of course. But I think
it's good.
Most importantly, best fight ever is definitely for me is Batman in Batman v Superman when he's there in the warehouse, and I feel that is just such an embodiment of what Batman should be able to do and never does until then. And it's like,
only time we've seen Batman be an also martial artist and kick ass.
Yeah. I mean, maybe a little bit less killing because he smashed. He kills quite a few.
He wasn't really killing them.
He just kind of deflected a death onto other people.
Yeah. Well, he deflected a grenade back at a guy.
Well, what do you want him to do? Let him go off on his own face?
Thrown the grenade upward instead of at them.
Oh, excuse me. When somebody grenades going at me, I'm just trying to deflect it. I'm not being like, oh, let me aim it exactly.
He smashes some crepes in the back of people's heads.
Crepes?
Crates.
I wish it was crepes, actually. That'd be great.
Crepes.
That'd be.
And then they have like a nice, delicious treat when they as they're laying unconscious.
Yeah, where's that Batman? He needs that. But that is, I mean, it's second.
That's just bad karma, he says. But there you go.
Bad karma. That's true. Because I think the very beginning of the scene is kind of my favorite too, because he pops up from under the floor and everyone thinks he's below and not above them, and I just love that misdirect that he does, and I don't know, it's such a great scene. I mean, right on par with Jean-Claude Van Damme hitting Raul Julia in the face with his foot, like so close, very very close.
You're right. It's almost as good as that.
Almost as good as that when he does that kick.
He uses any excuse he can. Charles, of working Street Fighter, the movie.
Painful.
He flies at him with his magnet boots. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's one word for it. Tammy says Blazing Saddles end fight scene.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Chaz says Michael Keaton's Batman versus Jack Nicholson's Joker final fight scene.
Oh, and the bell tower, yeah.
Carrie says going over to the Arrowverse crossover Crisis on Earth X, the church Nazi scene was pretty damn good. It was like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in the Nazi world then, right? Yeah. Let's see here. Which superhero villain would be the worst if they had a sinus infection? Oh, I'm sorry you have a sinus infection. We have never answered that question. That is true.
By the way, Deadpool. He whines about everything. He'd be the worst.
Yeah.
That's good. Scorpio warehouse raid scene from Kick-Ass.
Oh God!
I do not remember that scene. Actually.
That's when Nicolas Cage is yelling out superhero kind of phrases to Hit Girl as she's going around killing people in a warehouse. Burning to death. While he's burning to death in a fire. Oh man, really intense.
Such a good film.
Chaz says, I could see Batman peeling a crepe off the back of some greasy gangster's head, filling it with berries, whipped cream, and chowing down after a fight. Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my.
Another one I'll throw in there is from Justice League, the scene on Themyscira with the Amazons versus Steppenwolf when they're trying to get the mother box away from him.
By the way, you need to watch the Snyder cut.
I've seen them both.
That's so much better.
did actually. A panel that will be virtually at Dragoncon is me on the Snyder cut panel.
Oh, nice.
So you can hear my thoughts then.
Oh yeah, you're good. Keep it secret.
And we actually did one on this show. We did a super geeked up Snyder cut as well. You can watch that actually right now. You can watch that anytime.
It's not
not now. Wait till this show's over.
It's not a whole scene, but when the Joker does the disappearing pencil trick. That's cool.
Yeah. Necrodia says when our friend Doug Jones, yes, he's been on the show, a Silver Surfer fought Galactus. Wait, was Doug Jones the body? He did the body stuff for Silver Surfer?
Must have.
Because what's his face? Lawrence Fishburne was the voice.
Was he really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Oh wow.
Sergeant Big Balls. Hey guys.
Big balls.
Wait, bow ties are cool. Is this Bowtie, our friend who usually watches? Well, anyway, thank you. I'm glad you have big balls and you're here. That's great. And that you're a sergeant. Yeah. That's impressive as well. Yeah. Would have been very appropriate for our some of our recent shows, right? When we got very sexy. Does anyone like the conveyor belt scene from the Tuxedo? I try to forget everything from the Tuxedo, so.
Yeah, I remember the movie. Actually, own it. I don't remember the movie though. I know it's Jennifer somebody and Jackie Chan.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah. The only is him putting on the pants, and he was trying to put the pants because the pants give him the ability to fight.
Well, the whole Tuxedo lets him fight.
Right, but he's putting on those pants. He only has the pants on, so he's fighting a dude
with the legs,
the pants on. It's just his legs. So I'm like, oh, that's really. I mean, that was creative. I thought, yeah.
Jackie Chan is really creative. America just tried to ruin him, and fortunately failed.
Yes.
Yeah, Jackie Chan's amazing. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
You can change your name, man. That's great. Sergeant Big Balls is a great name. I'll say it every fucking time. Okay, Doug Jones was the body. Marks confirms for us as the Silver Surfer. I did not know that. Snyder cut Flash scene. Oh, that yes, I did like. I really like the stuff about.
I thought he flashed.
The Flash and Cyborg that they added. You thought they were flashing, is what you thought.
You never know. One can hope.
Well, he could have had that in there.
One can hope.
I agree, particularly the Hong Kong stuff he did before coming.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, he did one with Johnny Knoxville. That's his Hong Kong production studio, which is really good.
Yeah.
And he just did a Hong Kong film that was okay. It's a new telling of The Man in the Iron Mask with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I want to watch that.
I have that. I have that behind me on my shelf.
It's
not good. I didn't think.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth a watch. I'll say this, for instance, it's worth a watch.
Okay.
It was not what I expected. I expected more traditional kung fu with the way they advertised it. I was super hyped. So if you go in super hyped, you'll be a little disappointed. But if you go in disappointed, you'll be impressed.
Okay.
If you go in thinking it's going to be Street Fighter, you'll be pleased.
Okay, Jeff.
There
There you go. Right there.
You know, I didn't realize. I just saw it in the store, and I saw Jackie Chan and Schwarzenegger, and I was like, I'm buying it. I don't care what the fuck it is.
It's $10.
I did research. It's actually a sequel. It's a sequel to.
That's what I heard.
Like a Russian or something, right? Movie or something.
Yeah, I found out after
or Eastern European. Yeah.
Look,
basically, it's Man in Iron Mask.
I mean, seeing them go against each other is still fun. Schwarzenegger and Chan. That's still fun
you should have just gone for the other Jackie Chan Schwarzenegger movie.
Oh, you mean Around the World in 80 Days? That's a really good movie, but they don't fight in that one.
I don't remember Schwarzenegger being in that.
He's a cameo. He just makes a cameo.
Okay.
He's a prince.
Training montages. Sergeant Big Balls likes. Well, you're a sergeant, so you order the men around to do the training. That makes sense. They got to train their balls.
Yeah.
Comics are fun is here. Hey man, I'm geeky and I like it. What's up, fellas on screen and the men and ladies in the chat? Hey, thanks for being here, man. We're talking we're ending our talk, but you can still put your choice in favorite superhero action or fight scene. Three Stooges here. We got sneak in that answer there. He liked the Three Stooges.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Any love for the plane rescue in Superman Returns? That's also
The only good scene in the movie.
It's the good scene in the movie?
It's the only good scene in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah. Is when he rescues the plane. It's like it's a 9-minute sequence where he destroys the plane, but he saves everyone on it.
Well, that's good. That's important that he saves people.
Yeah. And he
unlike Man of Steel, right, where they're like they're destroying all of Metropolis.
Well, yeah, but yeah, they save the plane and he's able to just land it gently in a football field. So yeah, it's good times.
All right, cool. All right, folks, we have more stuff coming up. Superhero sound effects, super chat later in the show, superhero team ups, Dragoncon. But right now, okay, hang on, I'll sneak with this one in. Yes, The Bride versus the Crazy 88 and Kill Bill. Absolutely.
Yeah,
a lot of cool stuff, really cool stuff in that one. The scene with Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch in the Age of Ultron movie when he gives her a pep talk to go fight. I don't remember that.
Yeah, so he tells him, "I'm just a guy with an arrow, with a bow and arrow."
Oh yes, now I do.
Yeah,
that's right. I forgot he was in that.
Like he's crazy out there.
All right. Okay, cool. But now let's say I want to hear about. I almost had him tell me before the show, but I wanted to save it. The Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster is my favorite. So look at this huge Cookie Monster. Wait, is he in your closet or the doorway to your room?
Got a block in the closet.
Okay.
That is a closet behind him. So I can't prove this, but I might have possibly the largest Cookie Monster collection in the world. I don't know. I used to collect them all the time.
Oh my God. I need to come to your house.
I've got like 30 or 40 versions of Cookie Monster easy. I mean, I can look at, there's a Cookie Monster chair that you can't see down there. It's not behind me, but there's another one. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I always loved Cookie Monster. And so when I found cool stuff, I bought it. Then the world is kind of saturated with it. So, you go to Target now, there's 50 different little preschool toys and all some of the stuff. So I don't really buy as much anymore unless it's just catches my eye. But this was not a purchase. For those of us that are over 30, 35, Cosmic Surfer says, or Cosmics Are Fun says that they have a Cookie Monster and a cookie jar. I've got 2 different Cookie Monster jars. One's from the 80s, that's a ceramic, and the other's a plastic one from the 90s or whatever. But yeah, anyway, this one, Jeff, you were about 35 years old, I think. You remember?
Thank you for saying that. Yep, that's what I am.
Just over 35. You're Oshkosh Bagosh clothing brand and JCPenney's back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, but dude, Oshkosh Bagosh. Yeah, man. I remember the Oshkosh Bagosh store in the mall where I lived.
Yes, I do too. So, Sesame Street teamed up with them probably in the early 80s. I remember being a kid, and I was born in 77. So I remember being a kid and seeing it. You go through JCPenney's, and there'd be the huge, what seemed as a kid, life-sized replicas saying to sell the clothes. Then, man, probably about 20 years ago, because I was dating my wife at the time, my sister ended up working at this preschool that had some storage bin behind the preschool, and she was trying to find some Granimals. I got it wrong. It's Granimals. Thank you. Cosmics are fun. Anyway, she went to their storage barn and saw it all like in the back, buried and dirty. And she's like, "Hey, my brother likes this. Can he have it?" And so they gave it to me. And that thing's legit 4.5 feet tall. And I spent about 3 hours really cleaning them up. And
so wait, I'm sorry. I was people were sending me messages for the show for later. Where did they find it?
In a barn behind a preschool that my teaching at.
Okay, I got you. That's awesome.
They're getting it, I guess JCPenney's or somebody donated it to the school, and then it scared the kids, I guess. And
scared them. It should delight them.
Right, parents are horrible. They don't raise their kids right.
These kids are messed up.
But it's my benefit because it is a 4.5 foot tall, wide as a human being Cookie Monster, and I actually thought about putting him on loan to the Museum of Puppetry Arts in Atlanta, but I'm having a hard time
parting
with them. I mean, it'd still be
understand.
Right? It'd be cool to see the plaque on the wall donated by the Rock Out Podcast or on loan or whatever, but yeah, no, he stays here for now. I love it.
So what is the holy grail of Cookie Monster memorabilia or collectibles?
To get an actual Cookie Monster pre-1990, like the Muppet, for me, that'd be the holy grail. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah. Cool.
Because you probably buy replicas now and this and that, but to get it in my childhood, from 77 to say 90, anywhere in there to get an original, actual creature shop Cookie Monster would be phenomenal.
That's awesome, man.
How often would you be using it on your show? Just like having your hand in.
Oh no, it would replace everything. It should be this big glowing box halo. He's just looming over me, just staring down.
I'll tell you what would happen. Dragoncon would get a new track, the Cookie Monster track. All Cookie Monster programming all day long.
It's a great way to get free cookies. I mean, come on now.
It is.
I'll get a sponsorship from Insomnia Cookies. That'd be great.
Oh, there you go.
Oh man! All right, I gotta get some Cookie Monster stuff, man. That's amazing. All right. Let's see here. Necrotis. So here's the deal. Necrotis. Super Grover is my second favorite after Cookie Monster. So I'm with you. He's
Super
amazing superhero. Super Grover.
There's I lost it, but I cut it out of a physical Sunday Funny comic strip paper many years ago. It was on the fridge for a while, and then it just didn't survive a move. I should eliminate it. I gotta find it, but there was there's a comic book with a cat and a dog and a human. The dog's name was Satchel. I think the cat was Bucky or Buckeye or something. I can't remember what the name of that comic strip was. But Bucky's like this evil cat, and he's always messing with the dog. Dog was kind of simple and childlike. And I don't remember what he does, but you hear like Cookie Monster in the background when he's watching Sesame Street. And the punchline was, man, Cookie Monster's got it all figured out. And I'm like, he does. Cookie Monster really does have it all figured out. And I don't have that comic strip anymore. Right.
He does, man. I love that he's in a new commercial. I don't know if you've seen it with for the food delivery for like DoorDash.
Grab up DoorDash, somebody like that.
One of those. Yeah, he the guy opens the door and he's like, I didn't order all this food. And then
that's
Cookie Monster comes up.
I can't remember the guy's name. He's from Hamilton and he's doing a bunch of other stuff. He plays
was like it's not Lin-Manuel Miranda, was it?
No, it's the French guy. Well, he plays the French character, LaFleur.
Oh, okay.
Tigan, I can't remember his name.
All right. I just like it that it starts with both of them on the couch and the Cookie Monster is just like reading. And his feet are swinging. It's great. He's just like reading a magazine or a book or something.
You're not supposed to see his feet? What?
I think I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't.
Jeff, do you know Cookie Monster's real name?
Wait, does he really have her actual name?
His real name? I didn't know that.
I did not fucking know that.
Sid.
Sid.
Because he was actually him and Kermit. They actually sold cigarettes and coffee violently in the late 50s, early 60s. And it was Sid the Monster, which became Cookie Monster. I learned that on a podcast that I was on that actually never got released. The Totally Retro Show, I think is what they're calling it. But yeah, you can look at it. It's crazy where Jim came from. I mean, they were blowing up Muppets and lighting houses on fire and selling cigarettes. It's crazy. It was
what the hell? Good God.
Smoking a pack a day.
They kept the name Sid, and he has a mom and all that jazz.
Why do you think I have this voice? It's like
that's good.
Cigarettes.
Yeah.
Let's see. So by the way, hey, comics are fun. Thank you, man. He says, how has nobody hit that like button yet? Me. Get on it, people. And Sergeant Balls liked it. What do we say, Francis? Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Twerk on that subscribe button. And don't forget to, rub your big balls against that bell.
Rub your big balls against that bell. That's nice.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. And yes, I know we haven't done any role-playing games on the stream anyway recently. We did, I think, late last year or something, early this year. But we'll have to get back to that for sure. He switched the addictions from cigs to cookies. Okay. Well, that's a good change, actually. Very, very good change.
Yeah, actually, it's a upgrade.
Yeah. They're like, well, we can't have him eat the nicotine patches, so let's just have him have cookies. So makes sense.
That's right. Comics for Fun has the Sid skit on VHS.
Wow, that's great.
And Chaz says, Hulk smash that like button. That's right.
When do you...
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, when do you think is that time where we're going to have to explain to people what VHS is?
It's dude, I asked my kids the other day, it's like, do you know what rewind means? Like, yeah, just take the video back. And I was like, well, nope. It actually comes from other stuff. So I had to explain to them what VHS was or what cassette tapes were. All that.
Yeah, it's weird how, because you'd have to explain rewinding. You have to explain the fact that it can actually get damaged, right? And the little film that's in the VHS can get stuck. You have to explain to them that there used to be these things in the shape of cars that you'd put VHSs in. Rewind it for you.
Yeah.
And then you have to explain Blockbuster, which is probably the hardest thing to explain.
A tape was your best friend. You fix anything with tape.
Blockbuster's that part's not hard to explain because people remember DVDs. They could rent DVDs too, right?
Yeah. And listeners, mate, too. I did not know that there's a app in Google Play Store where Cookie calls. Cookie Monster's making phone calls. That's awesome.
Oh, I missed that comment. Really? Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta get that app.
I will say, Jeff, if you can take an hour away from your 2,000 panels that you're doing at Dragoncon, and because it is only 2 or 3 blocks over, it's fairly cheap. I want to say it's like $30 to go in. It's or less. It's the Museum of Puppetry Arts has a whole Henson wing. And it's
wow,
phenomenal. And you can watch some of the old Sid and Kermit skits, and you can walk through replicas of the creature shop and how they did things, and see some life size stuff from I lost it. The Labyrinth. There's some life size Muppets from the Labyrinth,
nice.
And some of the other stuff he did. It's really, really. It takes you maybe 30, 45 minutes, hour to go through, depending on how slow you want to go. It's really good. It's worth going through.
And it's near the Dragoncon hotels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's across the park, so it'd be about a 4 block walk.
Oh, okay, sweet. That is close.
Yeah, it's not too far.
That's great. Thanks. Be kind, rewind. That's what they used to say.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Jalu says, anyone at the Patreon level, that's our Super Geeked Up Patreon, where you can support us, folks, where Jeff would GM a game. Craig is. I have GM for Craig, actually.
There you go.
Yes. Scorpio says he's considering it. Hey, nice. I would love to have an excuse to GM some more. All right, cool. There we go. That's our Cookie Monster segment. Thank you, Charles, for sharing all that.
General manager. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yes, you're right.
That's what GM means. Yeah.
Yes, I'll be the general manager of your local grocery store. By the way, Julie, what you had asked earlier, yes, Montgomery Ward, there used to be wards, Montgomery Ward's where I was.
And Fedco is California only, so no one
yeah,
California would know what Fedco is.
I don't know what that is.
Was it a department store?
It was a membership, it was like the first Costco. It was like the first Costco / Sam's.
Well, that's something else we don't have out here.
Costco?
At least in my area. They're trying to get one to come, but yeah. All right.
What, you don't have the goodness of buying 300 rolls of toilet paper in a single go?
Well, we do. We have Sam's Club and BJ's.
Oh, well.
Just stop. Yeah. I knew you were going to do that.
You need a Costco for it.
I will say, though, when I was living in San Diego, there was this Costco, and everybody was there, like on the freaking Saturday or something. Like people were waiting in these huge lines for gas and for Costco, and I'm like, what the hell? It's like Costco's like the best, most amazing thing to do. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's fun.
I know people who went there for lunch. Like they just wanted a Costco hot dog from the little snack bar. I'm like, no, that just in no world is that okay. Okay, it's okay. You can do what you want, eat what you want, but that doesn't make.
Francis is like, that's me. That's what I do.
For $1.50, you're not gonna get this anywhere else. $1.50, you're gonna get yourself a long hot dog, like Dodger dog hot dog, right? And a drink. You can't get that anywhere else. I'm telling you, man, you can't get that anywhere else. You can only get it at Costco.
How long do you have to wait in line to buy it?
Okay, that's the problem. Yeah, you do have like a 20-minute wait, in line.
You all finish it by the time you get up there, and then you're like, well, I have to pay for a hot dog that I ate.
Well, no. And then they have like slices of pizza and like it's great. It's great. Costco, sponsor us.
I'll take that. Absolutely. Yeah. They want to sponsor us. So let's see here. Any tips for GMing a solo campaign? So do you mean
there's only
Sergeant
one
Big Balls?
Player?
Like there's you are the GM and there's one player? Let me know if that's what it is. I have never GM'd for just one player, but it is doable. All right.
I've been a part of a game where I was the only player.
You're what?
I was a part of a game where I was the only player. It was interesting.
Oh, so you were the player and you had a GM.
I had a GM.
Yeah, okay.
I'm starting to put this together. Francis eats the gas station hot dogs. He loves Street Fighter movie. And that kind of adds up that he was the only player in the game. I get that.
Well, yeah. They couldn't no one else could handle me. So I was just like, oh, man, this guy's too cool. I can't play this guy. Right. Too cool.
That's exactly what the reason was. Yep.
Yeah.
Mark says there are some RPGs out there made for solo play. That's true, Mark. So I guess actually you don't even need a GM. You can just kind of do it on your own. Scorpio says he used to go to Kmart to buy mini Star Trek ships.
I got you one better, Scorpio.
Star Wars books too.
Goes way back. What about Roses? Roses is where I got, because Roses went out of business in the 80s, and that's how we got a whole bunch of Atari carts, because they were selling them for 50 cents a pop because they were clearancing everything. And back in that day, there was no other companies that would buy your stuff, so you just sold everything out of the store. And we got a lot of Star Wars figures and Atari carts for less than a buck each.
Oh, that's the way to go. Wow. That must have been I don't know. There was none out here in California.
Yeah, it was southeast, so I may not have made it out of the southeast. Who knows? But
yeah, no, I don't know that story. That's cool about the Atari though. That's awesome. Hello, Victor. Thank you for watching, man. I'm glad you could make it tonight. That's great. So one player, one GM. I'm gonna have to think about that. I mean, I guess that's really cool for the player, right? I mean, you can obviously kind of work off their backstory, right? If they've come up with one, or what you can really ask them what they're most interested in, what they want to do. You're probably going to need a decent amount of NPCs, right? I guess I would say, or some maybe more important NPCs than usual, perhaps, that can go along with the player. You don't have to, but if the player wants someone almost like a companion to go along with, rather than just meet a new person every adventure. It depends on what they want, really, what the player wants.
True. Yeah.
Roses is still open. Is that what you're?
That's what it's right. Listen, there's one here in Galax, Virginia. They're all in the mountains of Virginia, North Carolina. It's like, yeah, because nobody can get up there to close them physically. So they just let them. Okay. No, I mean they were.
Kathy has one too. Wow, look at this. Nice.
Yeah. They're basically a Kmart. I mean, quite what I can remember is basically a Kmart, and that's crazy that some are still open. Every once in a while, I come across a Kmart that's out there somewhere. So, what are you doing? Did you not get the memo? You're closed, man.
Marks, if you're watching, please also, since you're a GM, if you have ideas for one player and one GM, you can put it in the chat. I'll keep thinking about it. Big Balls. Love that name. So ridiculous.
I love it. He's like, I'm not going to call you Sergeant. I'm going to make sure.
I'm going to call you Big Balls.
Mr.
Well, listen, what would you rather be called? Big Balls or Sergeant? You know?
That's true. That's
all right, folks, let's do our first geeky game here. Superhero sound effects. Jeez, I'm probably going to get to it. All right, we need the names of made-up, ridiculous-sounding superheroes. So goofy sounding superheroes. I know what's coming.
So while they're doing that, I asked my daughter, I was like, hey, give me a really dumb superhero with dumb powers. And she didn't realize I was talking about this to make it up. And she goes, Squirrel Girl. I went, no, that's a real superhero. She's got good powers. You shut up. And she goes, Shoe-Man. All he ever does is steal people's shoes. And I started laughing at my wife.
Oh, Shoe-Man?
Shoe-Man. He just steals people's shoes. That's what she made up. Then my wife goes, podcaster. You just talk people to death.
Hey,
nice.
It hurt, man. That would hurt.
Grand Lord, Lord Bottom Smack, Oshkosh Bagosh. That's good because we were talking about that. AM FM guy. Nice.
Can they only talk as if they have a radio attached?
Sergeant Big Balls is the greatest hero, of course.
I mean, technically, that's a good.
I mean, thank you for your service.
I'm going to be Sergeant Big Balls. That's it. I've decided. I've talked about him so much today. I got to be him. Dust Bunny Commander. All right, Charles. I see anybody there you like that want to play?
I kind of like the Lord Bottom Smack.
Okay, good. Yeah, you're Lord Bottom Smack. I'm Sergeant Big Balls. Now we need a crisis, folks. What crazy crisis do Sergeant Big Balls and Lord Bottom Smack have to solve to save the day? Put it in the chat as you're doing that. Something else I thought I saw here. Okay, Sergeant wants his player to buy a guard dog. Maybe he can buy some armor for it even. Sure, you can have a dog companion. That's always nice, have an animal companion.
That's kind of less work for the GM too, because then can the player do the
That's true. The player can kind of then take the stats almost for it, right, and deal with it. Right. Yeah, it's good point. No one can see the color green.
So they're literally colorblind.
But just green.
But just for green, yeah. I mean, I guess.
I mean,
here's the thing: if no one can see green, how would you know then? If no one can see green.
Well, maybe we used to be able to see green, and something happened, so we know what green is. The magnetic poles of the Earth have flipped. What would that do? I don't even know.
Well, the only thing that would do is it would cause toilets to flush in the opposite direction.
Yeah. I mean, it would change the hemisphere. I guess.
Lady Slap.
So Lady Face Slap is a famous thing who comes up on the show. Necrotius created her. And I'm sure maybe he's not watching right now, but I'm surprised he didn't bring her up. Lady Face Slap has escaped. No, Victor, we like the green idea. It's good. We're just trying to figure out how we would make it work. Sergeant has a sinus infection, and there's bad jokes about people thinking that it's over, but it's not. Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
There's a big store going out of business, and geeks are... Okay, I think this might be the winner. A big store going out of business, and geeks are rioting for deals on action figures. That kind of has to do with what we were talking about, right?
Yes.
All right, let's do that one, and we'll try. Maybe if we can, we'll work on some of the other ones, possibly, if we feel so motivated. So, Lord... No, what is it? Lord Bottom Smack? What the fuck is your name? Lord Bottom Smack.
Yes.
I'm Sergeant Big Balls. And there's people are rioting to get these deals on the store going out of business. Oh, look at this. Hot dogs from Costco have been stolen. Oh, man, Francis would be
You don't
pissed.
Understand.
Actually, Francis would be the culprit, probably. He would probably be the one who
good
did
hot dogs. You don't understand. They're good hot dogs.
All right, we'll do the out of business one, the rioting, but maybe the rioting also about hot dogs. We'll see what we can work in. Anyway, we're gonna do a scene. Charles and I, Francis is gonna provide on the sound effects. that happen in the scene. And also he'll provide voices of any other characters, NPCs, let's say, that come into the scene. Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. This is called Superhero Sound Effects. Lord Bottom Smack. Oh my God. Look, there's a riot. People are out of control for these action figures. What should we do? Do you hear the rioters? Do you hear how loud they are? Oh my God, they're all old men for some reason. These old men want their G.I. Joes and their Transformers.
Where's our G.I. Joes?
Yes, Sergeant. Take your big balls over there and smack it around and stop everything.
All right, listen, this really 90-year-old guy, I'm going to smack my big balls into his face. Here I go.
I mean, if he did a jumping jack, he'd do it himself. It'd be okay.
Why did those balls are just so soft? Yet they hurt so badly.
Well, I mean, if
you want another one? Here, take this.
Oh, hello.
Don't get him, Sergeant.
I think he seems to be getting aroused. It doesn't seem to be working.
Well, I'm a little powerless because this day and age of consent, I have to ask everybody, can I smack your bottom, sir? And they usually say no.
I think the guy I just hit with my balls would enjoy it.
Yes. What? Lord Bottomsmack. Oh, I've been waiting for you. Come here.
Now he's turned British. Oh my God.
I smack them so hard they turn British, sir. That's how this works. Cheerio.
Oh, yes.
Damn, you really can smack good.
Oh, that was very nice.
All right, listen.
Someone tempted me into a your mama joke, and I avoided it.
I appreciate that. Listen, this guy's. We've taken care of this guy, but there's all these other rioters. Oh my God, they're getting even more intense.
We want our Star Wars. We want our Atari 2600 cartridge of ET. Where's our ET?
Oh my God, this is very specific request these people have.
Yeah. That's the answer. Send them to the hole in the desert, or we send ET.
Listen, I'm going to unleash.
Kmart.
I'm going to unleash
Your
my
ultimate.
big balls. I'm going to unleash this sticky liquid that will stick them in place.
Yes, sir. That is inappropriate, sir.
It's raining, man.
Oh God.
It's raining, man.
I don't understand. They're enjoying everything we're doing. This isn't working.
All right. We've got one last thing we could try.
What's that?
Shitty ass hot dogs from Costco. If we just pelt them with them, they'll run away.
All right, yes, good. Let's throw the hot dogs at them.
Oh my God! It's so affordable yet so delicious, but I can't stand it. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Oh, great idea, Lord Bottom Smack. That worked.
May I smack your bottom, Sergeant Big Balls?
Of course you can. It'll make me jizz some more.
Well, then I shan't.
All right, that scene. Oh boy! Wow, those hot dogs really came in handy. They're really that good.
They're delicious and affordable, yet they seem to make people scatter. I understand.
So I haven't watched Phineas and Ferb, but I guess you sounded like Doofenshmirtz.
It's hard to spell it. I don't even know how to spell it. It's Doofenshmirtz. He's the bad guy.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes. I can't do it, but
it did kind of turn into beating up an old man while he gets aroused.
It was.
Yes, I was teabagging.
Oh, no, you teabag. You didn't teabag properly. Oh.
A BDSM meetup, sort of. Jeff has clearly thrown hot dogs professionally. Actually, I have. That's true. I know the technique. Yeah. Instead of hot dog eating contest, I do the hot dog throwing contest. Yes. All right. That was superhero sound effects, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to do some more geeky games and chatting later. Tammy has been sending me tons of refaces to show you later, actually. So we're going to do some of that. But first, let's talk to Charles and what he's got going on. Here, before we get to the big thing happening next week, let's talk. What's finding the stories? Let's talk about that.
And it's finally me getting to my passion of just finding out about people and talk to them. Everybody has a story to tell. And most often, oddly enough, even as digital creators, even as celebrities, we don't have the time to share those stories. And the first season is out and done. I'm working on this. I actually have a bridge season that I got to post up, but it is a range of people from Brian Ibbett to Phil Keating to Brian Bradley was on there. And we talked about especially Brian D. Bradley. I've known him for a little while. He wrote on Mad TV. He created the TV show Uncle Buck, and he's been working on a number of stuff. The Big Show on Netflix was one of his most recent big projects. And so I'm talking to him, and of course we want to get into how he got to wanting to write. And I found out for the first time after knowing him for 5 or 6 years, he loves fishing. He grew up fishing. He was a middle child, and you hear him light up and tell these stories that he never gets to tell because he's a writer. What do you want to hear? You want to hear his stories when he wrote on Mad TV. You want to hear, and that's so I kind of married what I did with conventions, moderating for conventions and asking those stories with podcasting, and I just love it. It's just a passion project, and I open it with kind of a heads up on where we go, and then I close it with what I learned from the conversation and make it a little motivational piece on how you can do what you want to do in life, and it's great. And then the bridge season, I actually just came back from Atlanta Comic-Con where I got to sit with people like Mark Shepard and Kevin Sorbo, and
nice.
They gave me permission to record. And so those are going to be called the conversations because it was us for an hour at a table and you asking stories. And of course, some of it is, what did you do on the show and this and that, but it is more of who you are as a human being and what makes you tick and what makes you passionate. And that's what I love about that project.
That's really cool, man. That's a site you can find it at, folks. Anchor.fm/finding the stories. That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't even know you were doing that. That's really cool. I gotta share some of this, and then we'll talk about your other stuff you're doing. Tammy says, "This is my older daughter's rugby name is Teabag. She is making me type this."
Oh, jeez.
Okay, in rugby though, that you earned that one.
Yeah. I see what your daughter's doing to her opponents. All right.
All right.
Rugby's not a polite sport, so get them.
Jeff can stick a hot dog in a piece of wood from a mile away with no scope. He's like Hawkeye, but he's just a guy with a hot dog.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Listen, yeah, like Wanda, I'm just a guy with a hot dog. What am I supposed to be doing?
Not even real meat, Wanda. It's lips and ass.
Yeah, it's lips and ass. Did you say?
Oh, come on, John Candy. I think that was the original Uncle Buck film where they're in the woods.
Oh, is it Uncle Buck?
I don't remember if it's Uncle Buck, but it's the raccoons, right? Well, he makes a comment to Dan Aykroyd. I don't think it's Uncle Buck. It's something else, but it's something to do with they're out in the cabin in the woods. It's Dan Aykroyd and whoever plays his wife, and Doug Candy and whoever plays his wife, and Doug Candy's like, hot dogs? Why would you eat hot dogs? It's just all the leftover parts of lips and ass of all the other animals. And then the raccoons at the end of the film say that in their raccoon talk, and it translates it on the screen. It's great.
Okay, I got you. All right, what about the con mods? Let's tell people about that.
So the con mods gets me into talking to people and finding out their stories. Something that I've done for 2 or 3. Well, nobody counts last year, right? Last year just didn't even Great Outdoors.
Yeah.
Listeners, mate. It was a Great Outdoors and Jalu 3. So the con mods is the conmods.com, as you put up there, is Tony P. Henderson and myself, and we actually I was a little inspired by you, Jeff. You were doing a lot of moderation at Dragoncon, and at one point you had an agent, and I don't know that worked out for you, but that was kind of the catalyst for you to move to California, it seemed like, and I was like, man, I want to do more moderation and more really co-creating with these people that I like and admire that are creators themselves. And so Tony and I started the Con Mods, and we tested the product out the first year with a couple of different celebrities, and everybody's like, yeah, no, that really works. And so that was 2019, and Tony's like, all right, we didn't have cars, we didn't have a business. We're like, we're going to try this. We're going to come in as professional moderators and really just do what we do, which is just like you would do on any interview show. You do your research, you plan your questions, you flow with the conversation, you keep it lively, because we saw a need. And that need is we went to a panel for an actor from The Office, Creed Bratton. which is his real name, and he plays Creed on the show. But he's sitting there with this moderator that just threw up on stage. Just some volunteer. And we literally watched Creed tell a story, and then nobody stepped up. And he's like, come on, step up to the microphone. Moderating himself. And the guy was just useless sitting next to him. Yeah, come on. He literally said, yeah, come on up. Moderate. Or not moderate, sorry. Yeah, come on up, ask a question. And then a few people asked a question. And it died down. Nothing was prepared. And Tony were like, no, we got to do something about this. So then the next year we tested it out, 2019. It went really well. All the actors that we got to sit with loved us. Said, yeah, we'd absolutely, have you at another con. We might, contact my agent. We might can work something out. And we weren't ready. We were ready for 2020, and then everything shut down. So we had to put on. This year we've done not a lot. We've knocked out 2 or 3 cons. We might be going to Indiana in October. So they've reached out to us to see who will come moderate. But Dragoncon, I don't do it, of course, because we're going to talk about that in a second. Why I don't do Dragoncon, but it's neat. You know it, Jeff. I mean, you've been on many a panel where if you weren't there, it had been a horrible panel because nobody wants to talk and they don't want to be the first to step up to the microphone. And that's what we do.
Yeah. But I totally get an echo there. Sorry, that was weird.
You still get the echo.
Yeah.
I get an echo.
Hang on.
All right, welcome to the Charles Show, everybody. I'm just.
I know you're the only one not without the echo.
Yeah.
Can you still hear us?
Yeah. Only once though.
All right, hang on. Let's leave the thing and come right back in StreamYard. Charles, yeah, it's your show for a second. All right.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Right.
Oh boy. Oh no. See, it's him.
All right.
Yeah. It's just him. I'm gonna stay here because it's not happening to me. But I can't put up your other shows, even though I do see on your website that you talk about Pokemon Go.
Yes.
Which I'm the only player left in this game. I know no one else is playing. It's like, oh no.
It definitely can feel like that, especially with Niantic doing some weird stuff. No, Sergeant Big Balls. I am not the Echo. You're the Echo, Sergeant Big Balls. Get out of here.
No, don't leave. Don't tell our audience to leave. Big balls. We love big balls. Come on. And I cannot lie.
Yeah,
you other brothers can't.
That's a good reference. Good job. But Francis, yeah, if you we record tomorrow night on twitch.tv/Pokemon Go podcast, and you'll find we have a decent community and a lot of fun people who play who still.
I'm gonna have to go because again, I thought I was the only one. I'm like, oh, it's just
playing Pokemon Go. You're not.
Nah, well, I mean, like listeners mate plays and a couple other people play. Yeah. But still,
you're also not the only one who loves Street Fighter, even though you should be.
Look. I mean, who better to represent the United States than Belgian actor
Jean-Claude Van Damme? Brussels.
Brussels actor Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jason, did you see Francis? Did you see Jason?
Was part of that?
I haven't, and I mean to. I need to watch it.
See what?
I know he makes fun of himself in that.
No, it kind of. So it's
Which movie?
It's called JCVD. It's Jean-Claude Van Damme as himself at that particular age, which was about 10 years ago, I guess. Going home to Brussels, and everybody recognizes him. And then there's a bank robbery, and he happens to be in the bank as himself, just trying to get a deposit or make a withdrawal or something. And everybody thinks he's the superhero because he's the actor, and it's kind of mocking himself a little bit, but also, man, there's this monologue towards the third act that he does that is, I'm like, dude, why did you sell your soul just to be an action hero? Because that was phenomenal. And that monologue is amazing.
Wow. All right. Nice.
All
right. I'm glad we're not echoing now. Anyway, I was trying to say to Charles, I totally agree with you about moderating. There is 100% like a skill to it, and people don't really think about having professional moderators a lot. So I 100% agree. I'm going to have to talk to you more about that after the show.
Sure.
I think that's great what you're doing.
I need tips because I suck at it.
No, you do not, man. You've been doing it. You're really good.
Yeah, don't suck.
There you go. Now you're good to go, Francis. You're set.
I gotta get myself a Costco hot dog and make my way over there.
don't eat a hot dog while you're moderating.
All
right, Dragoncon. These folks have heard me talk about it a million times in this show. It's my favorite con. I love it. And we had the American Sci-Fi Classics guys, Joe and Gary, on a few weeks ago. Yeah, but let's hear from you and the digital media track. What do you tell people about whatever you want to tell them about with the track at
It's
DragonCon?
the only track at DragonCon. It's the only you see at DragonCon.
It's the only one you should go to.
Going to. Yeah. No other track exists.
Well, okay, since I'm the director, for me that's true. I love when people just randomly like, because by the way, there's 36 tracks, maybe a little bit more now. So each one of those has at least one director. Some have co-directors, and a second, which is the person that helps you run it. And that's just the tracks. Then you have other departments, and they have directors and stuff. So I love when somebody's like, "Oh, that so and so part, that they're the director over there." I'm like, "Yeah, if it's not a digital media track, I don't know." I literally answer to Regina, and that's it. I don't answer to anybody else, and I'm so busy working on my own stuff that the world does not exist outside of my rooms, right there. So
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how I've always been. I just gravitated towards digital media and loved it. But this year, we're running short. I mean, we're still going big, but the minimum you can do is like 32 panels. I think we're doing 4. Well, originally we planned about 46 with dropouts and whatnot. I think we're down to 40 or so.
Still a lot of panels, man.
Yeah, I know, but our record. See, Jeff's got a good individual record that I'm jealous of. I really am. I mean, what's your record this year? How many panels are you doing?
17
right
panels I'm doing this year. It will be my new record, hopefully, after it's done.
Good job, dude. Because I on my own solo being on panels, I did 14 in 1 year, and I was proud of that. I told Jeff if I wasn't the director, I'd be rivaling. We'd have a friendly competition to see who could do more.
We would have like a panel off.
Yeah.
You see me in charge running through the whole different hotels.
That's right. But yeah, with the track itself, I ended up doing 65 panels in 2019, which is more than double the minimum, which I was happy with because there's so many great creators out there. I mean, Jeff, you bring so much good to the con, and I have to tell you, no. I don't have them now. This year worked out. We had a lot more. We're like, hey, Jeff, what else you got? Because it's COVID, and we expanded and did some panels, and people have dropped out. So I think this year is the most you've done on my track. But typically I'm like, yeah, I love you, man, but you can do Super Geeked Up and maybe one other because we got so many good people and so much limited time to do it because I think creators are amazing and there's so many different things you can do that I can't do. We have in the past years, we've had some really great African-American panels. Blurred is what the big one was called, Black Nerds. And that's an actual group of people that's, or not a group, but an identification of how, we're blurred. And that just, I can't do that for obvious reasons. I'm Hispanic. It's okay. No, I'm white, everybody. If you're not watching this, I don't know. On the podcast. Francis laughed. Jeff's like, oh, shit, we're getting sued. But and I can't do, the awesome women of podcasts or digital media. I need to build that and make the way for it. And we have that panel because it's important. And we have just such a variety. I can't do Super Geeked Up, and we have that, so I try to make a way for everybody and every walk of life. I'm not a big Dungeons and Dragons fan. I have okay time playing it, but I don't do much with it. But we have at least every year 2 or 3 how to do role-playing / tabletop games and stream and this and that and the other for people who really love it. So that's really what the digital media track's all about. It's about the creators and the fun and the fans of those things that come out. And I take 2 panels. I do the opening, which I didn't stack with people, gives you a taste of the whole con and what's to come. Then I do the closings, the wrap up and this and that. This year I've got one other panel. We're going to do the Patreon Power Hour. And then when something canceled, we're doing a podcasting or a digital media masterclass for an hour. Nice. And those normally I don't do panels myself, but I filled holes. I'm like, no, I think these are important. But typically it's very much what can you fill in the blank do with the con? And it's a great entry level way to do it because I push people to go out to other tracks and introduce them to other directors. And so you'll start Francis, you know what? You come out, you do, a show with Jeff. And then after a year or 2, you'll make your way on another. I mean, it might be a year, might be 2. It depends on how hard you go out and work it. But
you'll be doing your Street Fighter panel in a couple of years.
He's not wrong. I bet you somebody on the movie track or the gaming track would give you a, holy crap, do you remember this movie panel? Or you could just be like Marks and just like, I'm happy doing my panel right here, and I'm good with that.
Oh, does Mark only have the one panel?
No. Well, only one in his track, one in your track. But again, Charles doesn't know about the other tracks. So Mark does a bunch of stuff for urban fantasy and other tracks as well. But when he's on the action movie world, I'm doing your track as well, actually. So he's on 2 in your track, actually.
There you go, Mark.
I just realized you're like the Olympics, Charles. You do the opening and the closing ceremonies.
That's pretty much it. And then the rest of the time, it's very little sleep, make sure all the tech works, and make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be. And I enjoy it. I like making away.
I'm going to share these chats in a minute. I will say, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the digital media track streams more live content than any other track at the con.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We've been doing that since I took over. So I lose track of time. I'm not really good on archives. For me, and I've got ADD a little bit, so I'm thinking about 5 things at once. I'm always also thinking about what I'm going to be doing 2 years from now versus what I did 2 years ago, and it all kind of blends together. So I've been doing the track 4 or 5 years, and we stream every panelist in the main room, and we've been pushing to get more streaming in our side room, which is not ours. That's why it's hard. We don't own that room. It's the overflow room that we get to use. And then the big rooms never had it. But this year, so going into 2020, of course, they were trying to do a live con, right? Nobody's streaming. It was kind of a kibosh, except they go, no, digital media, that's what you do. Of course you stream. So we were one of the few that had permission. There were 1 or 2 others. It wasn't just us. We had permission, but man, we put on the show, right? We bring the cameras, we bring the lights, we push out everything there. And then going into 2020, I was able to help guide and advise on what they should do, and they did a really great job last year. And that was Dragoncon TV, and their social media team did all that streaming. So now this year, they're still keeping that hybrid. So they're doing a lot of the big panels are going to be there, but some of the actual big rooms, and I don't know for sure yours, Jeff, but like yours, will have some Dragon DC TV live streaming done as well. And we'll find out because, Jeff, we want Super Geeked Up to be streamed. And the reason it never has been is because there's no internet in the big ballrooms.
Actually, it was streamed the first 2 years. We were in your Gallery of 6 room.
That's right. You did it in the Gallery of 6. Well, that's your fault, Jeff, for getting too big for your britches, man. You got to have a big room now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We've been selling out the room.
I mean, you're one of the first rooms that we had to lock out and tell people, no, you can't come in. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's why Dragoncon attendees are awesome. Like track directors, volunteers, everybody's awesome there. Let me share. First off, Mark's told you to embrace the power of the pun when you're interviewing as you're moderating. That's what you do, Francis.
Yeah, I mean,
Mark, you missed it on Friday. We did our special show. He was punning all over the place, man.
Yeah. No, I guess I mean just I guess because I don't. Dude, I only have one convention where I've ever had to moderate panels.
But you've done it a couple times, that convention. Right?
I've done it for 2 years.
Yeah.
Almost 3. No, I think I did 3 years. And
you took over the one at Emerald City. You basically moderated an event.
Well, that was the audience. Yeah. That wasn't a celebrity.
Well, you still stepped up and did it.
Yeah, it's just an unusual experience because I don't know. Because you're right, people don't want to come up and ask questions, and I often find myself like, "Well, wait a minute, what do I remember?" so that I can keep the conversation going.
You know what's funny though? At Dragoncon, I've never found that to be the problem. People usually have tons of questions and comments at Dragoncon.
There's a level, right? If you're doing a smaller panel and like Gallery of 6, it might take a little time for them to warm up. But yeah, you go to anything with celebrity, they're lining up before it gets started. It makes it easier. But Tammy Anderson brings up, I love Action Movie World. With that, so that's another thing. This is why I try to make a way. Jeff, now I'm telling you, at the time when Jeff pitches this, I am scheduling 60 plus panels that are an hour each, trying to squeeze in as much content as I can. He's like, hey man, I want to do a 2.5 hour real play game that you've never heard of. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That's the stupidest. You know what, Jeff? I trust you. Let's do it. And it killed. People love the 80s action. There's the 80s one, and then there's
the Action Movie World is the 80s one, yeah.
Is that the 80s one? Then there's another one you do, and I'm like, you know what? That's why I trust my instincts. And because if you were to ask me on paper, would this be a good panel? I'm like, fuck no, that's the worst shit ever. Anyways, but it is. It is a great panel.
I'm glad that's not what you responded to me. That's what you. Also, that was really a spot on impersonation of me. That was very impressive. Hey guys, hey Charles, I have a panel for you.
guess what? I want to monopolize a room for 3 hours.
Hey, I was very nice though. I said, listen, do you have some time at the end of the day where we could?
And I did, and I felt. But the point really is, there's been multiple panels. Not just I can pick on Jeff because he's here and he can take it. But there's multiple. Initially, I think that's where I can't name directors. I don't know because they're not on my track. I don't know who they are. But I've been to other cons and other panels. Like, well, obviously, somebody had a very clear idea of what they thought this con should be, and it's kind of crappy. And I tried to be the opposite of that. I try to be like, well, I think that's dumb, but you know what? I can make a way for it, and let's see what the audience thinks. Because that's really the answer, right? Are there butts and seats? And with most of what you do, Jeff, there are.
Thanks, man. Well, thanks for letting us do it. Yeah, I mean, listen, sometimes, I thought it would be great, but you never know until you do it, right, for the first time. And honestly, that's been my favorite panel. I've done it all Dragon Cons I've ever been to. Mark's, I think, was one of his favorites, too. And we actually had people come up to us afterwards and say, that was the best thing we went to at all of Dragon Con. That action movie world panel that year. So that was pretty nice. Yeah. That was pretty cool.
I heard a lot of good things about it here, and it's always good to hear that. It's good to know people doing it. And this particular Dragon Con, we're being very, very, very safe. The rooms, we lost hour per day for the rooms to actually be shut down for deep cleaning. There's cleaning in between the tracks. There's mandatory masks. You have to have a vaccination or a negative test taken within 72 hours. Administer within 72 hours of picking up your badges. And I think we're keeping it at 2/3 in the room. I'm honestly
2/3 in the room, 50% total, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. I'm
2/3 in the room. Yeah.
Don't know what that's exactly going to look like. Like how
to probably space chairs apart and stuff.
Yeah. So, and I just remembered I got to get one of those people counters. So I can figure out, so our people on the doors can figure out how to do that. But it's safe because that's what we want to be. So it's going to be good.
It's going to be awesome, man. I can't wait. Yes, Jalou. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Yes, Jalou. 17. You heard right. 17 panels. Sergeant Big Ball says, creators are amazing. I probably appreciate music more than any other artistic expressions. That's great. He loves some folk punk music. Dragon Con is awesome sauce. I'm especially looking forward to genretainment and action movie world panels. I have a lot of panels this year. Those are the ones she's on.
Yeah, you got like 1.5, in my opinion, marks. That's all you get.
Jeez. Let's see. Victor says he thinks he's played action movie. Yeah, you play. Your actors playing the roles of an 80s action movie, like a cheesy 80s action movie, is what we do, and it's a lot of fun. Let's see.
Jalu asked a good question. How will that be enforced? How we know if the vaccination card? You know what, Jalu? We trust in the people that come. We trust that we're going to clean, we're going to distance, we're going to take care of it. And that's the Dragon Con way, man. We put it out there. And honestly, if somebody's going to go to the efforts of faking something, they're probably doing other things wrong, and they're not going to last very long anyway.
Yeah, good point. Panelists will also be deep cleaned after every panel. They aren't messing around.
Especially Jeff's like, I just ran here with the other panels. Like, walk through the fogger, Jeff. Walk through the fogger.
Dude, actually, I wish there was that, because when I go from one hotel to the next in the Atlanta heat, I'm sweating my fucking ass off. Like, I have to go to the restroom before the next panel just to towel off. I wish there actually was some kind of misting, amazing spray I could just walk into to cool off. That would be great. That's very nice of you saying you're going to donate your first paycheck. That's so nice of you, Sergeant Big Balls. I hope you do get a job soon. I hope the job search is going well. I hope you show them your big balls, and that will help you attain the employment. Maybe don't do that, actually.
Skills. I have big balls. Oh, all right.
I wish there was a flogger, like somebody to beat me. Is that what you mean?
Run faster, you're late.
Well, I mean, if it was like a kinky thing you're talking about, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know if I'm going to be flogged though. You would get promoted for your big balls. I'm sure you would. That's right. All right, cool. So there you go. That's Dragon Con, folks. Yeah. I mean, actually, I think there might be tickets still left, I think, possibly, if you still want to go.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I think the Saturday day tickets sold out. And I mean, they were saying, because a lot of people in town like to come to the parade and buy a Saturday day pass, and that's not going to happen this year because you can't go to the parade this year. That's to my knowledge. It's going to be televised on CW TV. That's CW where the Arrowverse and all that stuff is. It's
CW.
Yeah, but yeah, there's still some multi-day passes, and you probably can get Friday, Sunday, or Monday single-day passes. But I'm pretty sure Saturday sold out pretty early.
Just get the whole thing, man. Go the whole time. It's worth it.
Yeah, it's honestly fairly cheap. I mean,
it actually is. It's way cheaper than a lot of big cons.
Right, and I get it. If you're out of a job, $200 is a lot. It's a little under $200 for the whole thing. But if you do have that kind of money to spend on a con, because Saturday passes are $50, 50 or 60 or whatever, just for the day, you'll get a lot out of it. I mean, you'll see Jeff at least 17 times and see some.
Yes. Well, I hope people come around to every panel I do.
And it's more or less a 24-hour convention.
Yeah, no, there's something going on 24 hours. They did not limit that this year. So the music tracks that do bands and the movie tracks that do movie screenings, they'll still be doing that through all the wee hours of the morning.
At the table.
I will tell you folks as a little heads up, and to Francis and to Martha, who are coming next year, if you get your tickets for 2022 right after the 2021 ends, they are super cheap. They're usually $80-some.
Yeah.
Or like they go up slowly throughout the year.
It would take, yeah.
So that's the earlier you buy it, the cheaper you're going to get it.
Yep.
Oh, Charles said something about a flogger in the convo about washing panelists, and right after he said, "I wish there was that." Oh, okay. I thought you said a fogger. Did you say a flogger?
I said a flogger. You heard it right. Scorpio just took it dirty.
Scorpio, his mind's going a little differently. I see. What do you like for Scorpio? There's something for everyone at Dragoncon. Mark says, I totally agree. I don't care what you're interested in. RPGs, TV, film, comic books, Costco, hot dogs, every niche interest.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You guys have to lead with that.
There is a Costco hot dog track, actually.
Okay.
No fooling, man. If you were to dress up as a Costco hot dog, people would stop you and take pictures. Somebody would love it.
Oh, fuck, dude. You got to do that, man.
Yeah.
You got to do that next year.
Yeah.
I get to go as a big wiener. Awesome.
But you have
you could say, look at my. Actually, don't my big wiener.
Costco or whatever it looks like when you get the Costco hot dog.
Yeah. Little wrapper.
And you know who's going to be walking underneath you? Sergeant Big Balls.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it any other way.
All right. Oh, look, Martha also loves Costco hot dogs. There you go. You guys are a good match.
Yeah.
Tammy says if she was there, I would stalk you, Jeff, at least until I got distracted by the cosplayers.
So for 3 seconds. Then.
Yeah, because they have the best cosplay. Thank you, though. I actually would. I feel like I made it if I have some stalkers at a con. If I get some stalkers, appreciate that.
Oh God, that's right.
I have played Pillars of Eternity 2. Yeah, a little bit. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, that's right. You can dress as your Bond girl too.
Yeah, I'll be in a white bikini. I will be what was her name again?
Ursula and
Yeah.
From Dr. No, he means that's.
I think I went Austin Powers there. I don't know what I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just threw out the first Bond girl I could think of, and then I realized I don't think that's Bond. I think it was Austin Powers.
Christmas
All right,
Jones.
folks. We're let's see. We're gonna do some refaces, do some other games and stuff, but it's time to thank our Patreons. We love our Patreons. They're great. We love all you guys, of course, but our Patreons really help us out. Patreon.com/supergeekedup is where you can go to support us at any dollar level you want. At $3 or more, you can get us for After Hours, our special show we do right after this one every Wednesday night. And then special fandom episodes are $8 or more per month, which we just did a Star Trek one on Friday. So that was fun. So Francis looks like he's got some weird stuff up his sleeve, which I'm sure. No, I don't know. You had a weird look in your face. You better do something.
Well, because I figured, look, we're running long, So I figured I'm going to do something cool and quick. So super geeky thank you to our super shout out patrons at $10 a month or more. Maria and Justin Duran from KLI Brand. Craig Allen Poole. Just doing Rachel J. Victor Snyder. Tammy Anderson. Johnny Pappas. Terry Field. Terry Field. And Zendria.
Let me do less noise. You got it? Say her Say the name again. I'm gonna do the noise.
Terry Field?
No. Say the next name. I got the noise for it.
Sendria.
Oh yeah.
All right. Jalou. Oh yeah. And finally, Zethos. Jeff?
I'm doing it?
Yeah. We both did an oh yeah, so it's your turn to do an oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thanks everyone for continuing your
Yes,
support.
I hope that didn't make you not subscribe anymore. That was so fucking weird.
Well, I'm like, I need to think of something quick. Oh, I know. We did sound effects. I'm gonna just do sound effects.
That was good. That was hilarious.
All right, let's see here. All right, here. Let me share some of these refaces.
Yes.
Francis, quickly tell people what reface is.
Well, the birthday girl today, Tammy, has been kind enough to rip our faces off of our bodies and onto celebrities and television show actors in various scenes of questionable quality. Well, not questionable scenes, actually, I should say, as sometimes Jeff is lifting me up into the air a la dancing, or maybe, we're about to share a smooch in the Blanca of the Casa. You never know. I have no idea what Jeff has in store for us today, but
so this is a brand new one. I am all the Spice Girls. There you go. That's one. Let's see what else. Oh, hang on. Let me get.
Wow, yeah.
I can't get
Posh,
off the screen.
I think is the.
It will not let me get off the screen. Okay, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Wait, that's the wrong one. Holy
There
cow.
you go.
Here we go. Here's the.
Oh, that's the one that everyone. Oh yeah. Woohoo.
See, I can tell that's you guys. Every time I played with it, maybe because I had a free version, I don't know. Every time I play with it, I'm like, you can't hardly tell that there's a difference.
Oh yeah, no, we are 100%. We look like our. Oh, this is the one I was talking about. Or I get to be Francis.
Yes, baby. His name is Francis. No, there I am as Patrick Swayze. Wait, I gotta skip to the. It's so funny. Oh, Johnny, that's his name, right? Johnny, yeah, that's Patrick Swayze's name.
So.
Yeah.
All I know is that.
Here it comes. Here comes the big
go.
lift.
Lift me up. Lift me up. I've lost weight. It's okay. You can do it. Yeah.
All right, hang on.
I mean, that looks. That's uncanny. I look just like whatever her actress name is.
I don't know why it won't let me. It's so annoying. Here's Saved by the Bell. Zach and Kelly. So disturbing you as Kelly.
What? Hey, now I look great as Kelly.
I mean, so beautiful as you as Kelly.
Why, Francis, are you always the female sidekick here?
I don't know, but I mean, it's hard to complain.
Jeffy Quinn.
I mean, Jeff was all the Spice Girls, so
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Hang on, I don't know if I should. Okay, here we go. Here's you as
one of the first kind of
the Bond girl.
The Bond girl, yeah. So that's the cosplay I will be going as.
Gotcha.
And the famous Sand Hands.
Oh, Sand Hands from.
He's Sandman from Spider.
I'm just so happy.
Look at you're because you just stole something. You're so thrilled.
That Costco hot dog. Right there. He saw the Costco hot dog.
How can I not be happy? I love a good Costco hot dog.
Thank you, Tammy, for sending those.
Thank you so much, Tammy.
All right, here we go. Time for our next Super Geek question, and one more game after that. So Charles does also do a thing. It's called the Giant Size Team Up Network, which you can check out. So I thought of this question. What's your favorite superhero or villain team up? So Charles, what do you got?
It should have been good, but it wasn't. But the Sandman Venom team up and Spider-Man 3, that was really, really poorly done. Just pains me. I don't honestly know if this counts as a team up. I will never pass up an opportunity to talk about the What If universe. And of course, there's the series on Disney Plus right now that's actually really good. But this is a What If comic, and I just love the Punisher. And it is what if the Punisher was walking up that street corner instead of Eddie Brock when Moon Knight and everybody at Daredevil hit the bells and made Spider-Man give up Venom, and Venom possessed the Punisher. And
oh my God,
amazing! And I think it's a team up because there's still two individual characters, but I actually have the action figure right here of Venom and the Punisher. And I'll go ahead and tell you the spoiler alert is Punisher tames him, makes him his dog, and becomes the most badass anti-hero ever known in the Marvel Universe. But unfortunately, what ifs are always just one issue, and that was my favorite team up.
Nice. Marks agrees the Venom was lame. Wow. I really like Sandman in that movie, though. I think they did a good job with it.
I think they cast it wrong, but I thought they wrote it.
Oh, I really liked him as Sandman, actually. What's his face? I can't think of it right now.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
That's good. That's right, Tammy. I forgot. She's photoshopped Bond and Sandhands. That was before she started doing the refaces. That was good photoshopping.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman?
Yeah.
I still haven't read that. Is that good? That's good, though? Yeah, all right. I got to check
I haven't read it. I don't know.
Right.
I think they did
a movie, too, right?
Yeah.
I think you're right. Maximum Carnage. I love the evil gang he put together. Scorpio says. Jalu says Star Trek and Doctor Who versus Cyberman and the Borg. Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Tammy says her daughter Annika and I are planning to customize an action figure for the Amalgam Storm and Wonder Woman. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. Who do you got, Francis? What team up do you like?
Batman and Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, fuck. Did they do that?
They team up in a comic, yeah. And so the two
That's
greatest
awesome.
detectives solve the greatest mysteries. I don't remember what year it is. It's fairly old, but yeah. It's an old Sherlock Holmes and Batman solving.
That's awesome. Sherlock Holmes is my favorite fictional character. I love Batman. That's a great team up.
Yeah. I mean, well, of course, Batman teams up with everyone. I mean, Batman teamed up with Scooby-Doo at some point, and like in the cartoons.
Well, he did that in the 70s, man. The original one, like second one or something.
Yeah, that was really good. I like what they did with Captain Falcon. Falcon and Winter Soldier, who's now Captain America. But that team up, it's almost buddy cop level. The way they started it in Civil War, and then brought it through to the TV show is really good.
Nice. Yeah, I really liked Falcon and Winter Soldier. I'm going to go with, I was trying to think of something different. So I thought back to the 90s when they paired up in the comics over at Top Cow, Lara Croft and Witchblade, actually.
Ooh,
had a comic together. And, I love Lara Croft. I love Witchblade. And Michael Turner actually wrote and drew it. Michael Turner is my favorite comic book artist. Yeah, it was great. I mean, and then they brought Lara back later on to guest star again some more. But that was a really cool crossover, I thought, that they did. That was fun. And yeah, okay. We also got another Batman and Turtles. That's a very popular one I see. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Any other ones you guys want to mention?
Sure. I've brought this up before because it's stupid, but I'll bring it up again. But when the Punisher went to Riverdale and teamed up with Archie to find...
Oh, my fucking God.
What? That's just sacrilege right there.
So the Punisher went to Riverdale. The guy who was trying to kill looked like Archie, and he finds out that Archie is not really is like just a goofball and isn't really a bad guy, and so they team up. And Punisher, because he's in such the wholesome town of Riverdale, decides he's not going to kill this time, and he just captures the villain. So there you go.
Jeez. So I don't know how they fucking come up with this shit.
There's some weird stuff out there.
Big balls, Hulk and Thor in Thor Ragnarok. We'll speak about some guys with big balls, right?
There you go.
So I know Autobots and Decepticons, of course, and Transformers. I don't know what MLP Main 6 is.
So the My Little Pony the main 6 ponies from My Little Pony.
Okay, changelings are their villains.
Autobots and Decepticons, and I guess
changelings, the pony villains.
John Luther, are you just making shit up to piss me off?
No, he and Francis.
Roll out, squish these ponies.
he and Francis are bronies, so they know a lot about My Little Pony, but I don't know anything about it.
I can't count myself as one, having only seen like
Okay.
one season of the show.
I dispute. First off, you were on a brony panel at San Diego Comic-Con
only
that Jalou put you on.
Yeah. Well, because we're,
So I feel you are a brony if you say I'm going to be on a brony panel.
Oh yeah, I couldn't contribute to it though. They're like, yeah, we're gonna talk about. I'm like, I saw a season.
You said you made jokes though.
Like I did make jokes, but I'm like, I didn't, and it got me my San Diego Comic-Con placard with my name on it.
Yeah.
So
there you go. You're set now.
I'll just take it. Yeah.
Lou and Tammy nail it. The Supernatural and Scooby-Doo crossover episode was so.
I still gotta watch that. I don't care about Supernatural, but I watch it because of Scooby-Doo.
You don't need to watch anything else. Just that episode is so fantastic.
Harley Quinn and Batman and Robin. They've done some team ups, and there was actually a movie, a Batman Harley Quinn movie a couple years ago, animated movie. Do the swimsuit issues count as team ups? Sure, yes, because I love those Marvel, man, and whatever else swimsuit issues they used to do in comics. Don Knotts to the Scooby-Doo. That was back in the 70s when they did all the Globetrotters, all those people.
Exactly. Harlem Globetrotters, Addams Family.
Laurel and Hardy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They just, last year or two ago, the new Scooby-Doo they brought back, they were doing all these guest stars, like these modern guest stars. And Ricky Gervais was in it. Oh. One of them, but the one of them was Wonder Woman. I haven't seen that one, but they had Wonder Woman. All right, he agrees there. And Marvel versus Capcom. I remember those games, those video games. Those
that's a team up. That's a team because you can make a team of Marvel and Capcom characters, so that makes sense.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, folks. Let's do our last game. Francis, what are we doing?
Well, we did our impersonations. We did our sound effects. Now we're doing our chat. As Super Chat, Charles does a scene where Jeff and myself will be only able to say the things that you put in the chat room. And we're going to get a character and scene suggestion from you guys. And we're just going to have to, Charles is going to just have to have a conversation with us as we use your fun and often inappropriate. No.
It's inappropriate. It's good.
It's good.
Let's start with the character for Charles to play before we get the dialogue. Give us a fictional character, a real one, not a made-up one like we did ask you earlier, but Indiana Jones, Superman, stuff like that. Give us someone for him to play, and then we will start getting. Maybe this is for the chat. For all I know, I don't know.
Don't do the chat yet. Give us a character first.
Give us a character first, and then we'll have you do zany dialogue. I don't remember. Do we have the guest not look at the chat?
No. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I always thought it never really mattered because, yes, we're picking from there, but
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the guest isn't going to know what it is.
Okay, we got the Master, who is from Doctor Who, right?
Okay.
All right. We got Lady Facelap, of course.
I love that. Even though Necrotius doesn't suggest, there's always someone who will.
Yeah. Veronica. Oh, speaking of Archie, Veronica Lodge. Veronica from Archie.
Lady Gaga.
I don't even know where to start.
All right, do you want to be the Master or Sherlock Holmes or Veronica? Who do you want to be?
Castiel.
Who do you want to be, Joe?
I could be. I sat with Mark Shepard. I can be the douchebag Castiel.
Okay, so Castiel's from Supernatural, right? Because I don't watch it. Is he the kind of an angel?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you're Castiel. I guess. Should we be the Winchester brothers then? Because they hang out with Castiel, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who do you want to be? Dean or who's the fucking other one?
Seriously, come on, man.
James.
Sam.
Dude, I don't watch the show.
15 seasons, man.
Yeah.
17 years of my life. Good stuff.
Why 17 years?
They had some scheduling things, and some of the got broke up over.
Okay. Well, you know what? If you were in track director, you could go to some of the Supernatural panels at Urban Fantasy Track.
Sadly, I stopped watching Supernatural after the episode when Dean sings Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, at the end of the season? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, folks, start putting in your any dialogue you want Francis and I to say. It can be zany, it can be weird, it can be quotes, it could be just weird stuff you made up. The more the better, though. Just put it in there. We need a lot to draw from. Sergeant Big Balls wants me to be Dean, Dean, I cannot go against Big Balls.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm Dean and you're Sam. That means I'm Jensen Ackles, right? That's good.
Yes.
I'll take that. Yeah.
And I'm Walker, Texas Ranger.
See, I was down with Jensen Ackles before Supernatural, Charles, when he was in Smallville.
Right, Smallville. When he was, the douchebag preppy kid with the mom would kill people.
He wasn't really that much of a. He actually wasn't a douchebag.
Well,
really.
his mom was he was evil, which the CW verse kind of comes off douchey a little bit. But that's it. He was also
all right.
Soap opera star for a while.
Actually, Charles, why don't you switch over to the private chat? So then we'll be a surprise what we're going to say to you.
All right, I'm in the private chat there.
All right, so here, keep putting it. This is great, folks. Keep putting it in there. So Charles is Castiel. Is that how you say it? Castiel? Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm Dean. Francis is Sam Winchester. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but whatever in the scene. But
what's
going on?
Came back from hell, and
okay, great. He did or we did?
You did. You're the one that,
for
for some
that's
reason,
part
you're
of the
the one
storyline,
that
right?
goes to hell.
He's in the hell,
so,
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just came back from hell. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. And we're both happy to see you, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay. So there we go. There's a scene. We're gonna use stuff from the chat. Francis and I. Charles can say whatever he wants. Charles, why don't you kick us off?
Okay. All right. Dean, you're back from hell.
These tacos taste funny to you?
Well, that's what happens when you go to hell. Sam missed you a lot, Dean.
Yeah, I'm chilling like a villain in December.
I don't know, something seems off with you, Sam. You're not as pouty as you usually are.
Well,
hey, have you tried Costco hot dogs?
Yes, I can fly there now and get us some. Would you like that, Dean?
but everything melted.
What are you even on about, Sam?
I said Heidi, hi.
Oh God.
I'm just gonna go over here and see if we have a monster to hunt this week. Become God. I don't know.
I found a liquor store, so I drank it.
You drank the liquor store? Is that a thing?
Huh. That's a lot of mayonnaise.
I like my sandwiches creamy and smooth, Sam. Dean, whichever one you are.
Pie. I like pie.
We all like pie. You taught me that.
Is it Cookie Monster?
What is a Cookie Monster and how do you kill it? I'll stab it with my angel blade.
Smell my finger.
No, Sam. We've talked about this, Sam. I'm gonna put you back in the dungeon.
Did you try to turn it off and back on again?
Yes, I went to your OnlyFans account, Dean. And
All right, let's end with that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go. Okay. Sorry.
Castiel, your balls, they're growing. I had to get
now let's
Sergeant
end with
Big
that.
Ball. Yeah, Sergeant Big Balls.
I didn't even see that one. I don't even know where that is. No, hang on. I bet it got flagged.
No, it's here. I mean, I couldn't see it if it was flagged.
You see it? Oh, you're right.
I couldn't see it if I. Yeah.
Oh, here are some. I'm sorry. Some things did get flagged. To hell and back and Big Balls. Are you shitting me? You burned the cookies. I don't know why those got flagged. Oh, I see it now. Yes, Cassio, your balls are growing.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. Thank you, guys. That was great. That was nice dialogue.
Not
done.
not as dirty as I was expecting it to be, which was a nice change of pace.
To Jalo 3 specifically there, Mark Shepard played Crowley. That interview will go up on Finding the Stories in the next, probably after Dragoncon, but probably before October hits.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, we didn't get. I wish we got this one, and I have to shave my butt tonight.
Yeah.
Shave my butt tonight.
I just watched all 50 seasons, and I don't remember that episode. Well, that was a special one we just did. A special delete.
Welcome to the episode special. Sam and Dean.
All right. Thank you, guys. Hey, that's pretty much our show for tonight. But we're going to do after hours just after this. If you're a Patreon supporter, you can go to patreon.com/supergeekedup, and you'll find it a few minutes after this. I'll put it up there, and you can have some more geeky fun with us. We'd love to see you there. Big thanks to Charles, of course. Let's mention what stuff you're doing again and where they can find you.
CharlesMcFall.com has links to most of everything. I haven't updated some of the newer projects. Finding the Stories is there at anchor.fm. Thank you for finding the stories. The con mods, where we have all of our stuff of the people that we've moderated and want to do more conventions. So if you know of up-and-coming conventions that need some moderators, you can hit us up through that website. We'd love to hopefully work it out to travel to where you are and have some fun there. For Francis there, Pokemon Go podcast.com is where you can find 250-something episodes of that show. And we do that every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Pokemon Go podcast.
Nice.
Can't wait to throw my balls.
Francis. You say balls?
I said I can't wait to throw my balls.
All right, good.
Pokeballs. Since your sarcasm, that new episode of Online Friend Simulator up now, if you want to listen to it, it's about leadership, which I have no experience in, but I talk about it anyway.
Right, you can't quite see it there. For instance, there's a master ball right there behind me.
Is it and I see a companion cube too.
Yeah, it's right next to the companion cube. Yep.
Supergeekedup.com, folks, where you can find all our geeky content, or the YouTube channel you're watching right now. Please do hit that like button, smash that, subscribe with your sweaty big balls, and we appreciate all the support, of course. Thank you. You can check out our content. We will be off next week, actually, because I'll be flying to Dragoncon next Wednesday. So we will take a week off. We will be back in 2 weeks, though. And if any of you are watching, if you're coming to Dragoncon, we would love to see you. Please, if you see me or Charles, say hello. Come to one of my 17 panels. Check out the digital media track panels.
Get you a Costco hot dog.
All right, that's more for you, though. I mean, I would eat it for sure. I like hot dogs. That's fine. Yeah. You should bring me some milk.
Milk.
Nice chocolate milk.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Pop-Tarts. I'll take that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I like You don't like Pop-Tarts?
No, I just didn't know Pop-Tarts was on your repertoire of things that you took for bribery.
Well, official Pop-Tarts, not that cheap store brand bullshit.
No,
exactly.
But you should come to the Patreon show. Be a patron of this show, because I'm going to tell a story in the after show of how Jeff was one of my first internet celebrities that I got to meet.
Well, I can't wait for this story. The fact that you just called me an internet celebrity is just made my whole fucking year.
He's an influencer. Oh man.
Oh boy.
That was something after hours.
Well, there you go, folks. Hey, look at that. Now you should subscribe. Thank you. That's gonna make some people subscribe there. There you go. That's where you go, folks. You can do it right now, and you can get access immediately to tonight's show. Only $3. That's all it costs. And you can hear maybe some more Cookie Monster stuff.
That's two Costco hot dogs and 2 drinks. Because they're only $1.50.
Yeah, but now you're going to make them see. If it was you, you're like, I can't give up my hot dog, so sorry.
No, that just means what? No, that's one Starbucks coffee.
That's right. But I would rather have 2 hot dogs than a Starbucks coffee. So
yeah,
I'm with you with the hot dogs there.
Yeah,
that's a better deal. All right. Yes. Good night, Kathy. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Big Balls. It was great to see you. It's been a while. Sorry, I just love saying that. Let's see here. With all the big balls tonight, I wish I could have found the Top Gun reface. She did do us in the beach volleyball scene at Top Gun, but she couldn't find it.
Playing with the boys.
His life.
Annika used to call them Hop Tarts. Oh, I love that. Hop Tarts. That's great.
Yeah.
She's adorable. But still tell her Damien is the worst from Batman. I'm just kidding. I mean, he is, but don't tell her that because I know she loves him. All right, let's see here. There you go. Well, this is you started a big thing, guys, with Costco hot dogs. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Hope to see some of you guys at Dragoncon. It's gonna be super fun. Look for the streams. There's gonna be a bunch of live streams of different Dragoncon content. They're doing a hybrid virtual con, like Charles mentioned. So you can still, I think it's only $10 to get content access to everything. So that's a pretty good deal if you're not going in person. Anyway, otherwise, we'll see you in 2 weeks, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Thanks again to Charles. Thanks to Francis. Thank you to everybody watching in the chat. And if you're watching in post, we love you guys. Until then, stay geeky, everybody.